Good morning, everybody. Let me grab a sip of coffee real quick. Dunkin' Donuts, nothing like it. Dunkin' Donuts in the home. And a very good morning to you, everybody. It is Friday. Clear my throat here. Still got a lot of smoke in the air here in the area from the fires. It is October 2nd, 2020. Yes, it is Friday. And strap yourselves in because we're going to have a little bit of a long morning chooch here today. And specifically some of the questions that built up over the month of September and going into October. As you know, it's been an unprecedented month here on the bottom of YouTube and in some of the drama communities. We witnessed large YouTube channels being taken out, YouTube outlaws being taken out. It was a very riveting month for viewership, and I want to thank you on my particular channel. The things have never been better, and I owe it all to you guys. Of course, the diversity of content. Travel trips, LA and Las Vegas was just wonderful last time. I had such a great time, and meeting Cam TV and Scotty D in LA and collaborating, of course, earthquakes and doing some metal detecting and some food. It was just fantastic. For me, it personally was a great month. For others, maybe not so great. Years of effort down the drain. But be that as it may, let's get to some of the questions here. What is on tap for the future? Do you worry about COVID-19? Since this morning, the President of the United States and the First Lady have tested positive. I worry about everything, okay, not just COVID-19. Although I haven't been tested, I sort of believe that I had very mild COVID-19 back in March and just burrowed my way through. It felt kind of funky for a day or two when I got back from Las Vegas. Maybe it was earlier, maybe it was May. I don't know, but I worked through it, and I don't know. I mean, I should probably get myself tested. I always get myself a flu vaccine shot every year, and I will continue to do so because I've had it for a lot of years, and knock on wood, I haven't gotten any kind of illness. But yes, I do worry about it. As far as future, it's very chock-a-block, but everything depends on the state of the economy and the state of what's going on. It was a summer that was totally destroyed and wrecked by cornholio, depressing economic situations here and there, restaurants on the brink, and shortened menus, and just tough adjustments out there. And a lot of you have been smart enough to stay hunkered down and not travel. Choosing to quarantine, and that's a good thing. But let me tell you, it's a very changed world out there, and I think it's going to be more so in the future. I think this is a topic for another upload on the Rosie Murphy channel. I've not done an eco investment update, but one is probably coming because we're coming to a fork in the road. As far as me personally, of course, you know, Tara's going to be coming up visiting. Then I'm going to be taking off. I'm probably not going to be able to do San Diego. I am working again, but you know, you don't ever dare talk about anything because people would call you a dry e-beggar. But that costs a significant amount of money, and I thought things would be in better shape, but things are great. This is in no way asking for anything at all. This is just the reality. Sometimes you have to scale things down. But the second week of October, I will be, when Tara leaves, I will be on the road and hanging out again and having good times, doing something, chasing the sunshine and having a good time. And then, of course, I have... I met Stephen here, stream sniped me the other night. I came in Monday night and visited, and his friend, Stefan, Transparent, and 415, they want to come up and we want to do a kitchen stadium, or, I told them that they could stay overnight in the Shine Shack or whatever. And then we have Mr. Z and Monkey Boy coming up. So it's going to be an incredibly busy month. So you want to make sure you're subscribed. And if you enjoy it, you want to share it out on your social media and let people know, hey, the Rosie girl's got some pretty interesting stuff. She's kind of kooky, kind of crazy. Sometimes she makes the wrong decisions in life. Sometimes she pisses people off, but she's watchable, and arguably the Rancho is the best known property on the bottom of YouTube, for better or for worse, might add. And then going into fall, I would like a chance to see my pop. If they ever get this lockdown, in these assisted living and nursing home communities. My pop just turned 91. Knock on wood, he's in pretty good health, still chasing the ladies. But I would like to see him. And then combined, we might have a little surprise. There's some talk about a streaming house or something like that. And that might be kind of fun to do for a couple days. To meet some people in a streaming house. If my friend Holly gets that organized or whatever, and, it would certainly help to defray the cost of doing something. But it'd be a lot of fun to see people together and having fun and shenanigans and all that. So you got that to look forward to. Then I want to get over to Hawaii if they lift the quarantine period on that. And then I don't know what's going to happen in Asia. I'm really anxious to get back to Asia, but then I got to renew my passport again, and I got all that nonsense with not having a birth certificate because the city of Baltimore changed their location and laws. Well, it's Baltimore City, right? Right. Baltimore girl, Rosie. Okay, so a lot of stuff is coming up. Number two, you guys I've done a lot of metal detecting, and this person says, I'm female and thinking of metal detecting, but seeing all the nasty encounters you have with pervs makes me think twice. Is it safe? It's as safe as you want it to be. Okay? Most people that buy metal detectors, they're going to go to parks and schools. Most public parks, especially if you're metal detecting in the daytime or school grounds when school is not in session. As long as you're neat and clean and you fill your holes and leave no trace of yourself and carry out your garbage that you dig up. Don't just throw it on the ground, pull tabs, cans, all that stuff. Set an example. We have a code of ethics in metal detecting that we really try to adhere to and to leave no trace of our activity. And in fact, leave things better if we can. Now, having said that, I'm an urban metal detector. You have seen the things that I'm able to accomplish and pull out of the ground by being in the most urban downtown areas. Because why? Because that's where the most population trucks through over the accumulated decades. So there's more things dropped over time to hit the ground. Now, you're going to meet all kinds of characters. We live in very tough times, and most of the people are out on the street just hanging out. These days are homeless, aimless, jobless, or whatever. They're killing time and just chilling on the streets and things. And you're going to have encounters with people. And you have to be aware, if you're going to be an urban metal detector, there's a trade-off between what you can find and what you risk. So if you're going to go into metal detecting, you can always go to beaches and stuff. You don't have to do the stuff that I'm a battle-hardened street person, as you know. So to me, I think it's funny for content to put some of these people up, but they're freaky and they're very to the point, which is disarming sometimes to hear it. But metal detecting is great, but recognize that the metal detecting industry oversells metal detecting. And I have a very realistic channel. If I find something, I really found it. I'm not going to take crap out there and put it, oh, look what I found, the diamond ring. Oh, look what I found, the silver dollar. Oh, look what I found. That does the greatest disservice to people that think about metal detecting. You see, my stuff is real, very organic, and most of the time you're just going to get a lot of change. Once in a while, recently, I've been coming up with some good finds, a couple nice collector coins, and I'm going to test this one locket case to see if it is gold. So do metal detect. You don't have to spend a ton of money for a detector. Just have something that has a little discrimination, so you're not digging up every washer, every bolt, every nut, every lead balancing piece on a tire and all that. Okay, number 3, why don't you do more bikini and swimsuit biz? They are fun and add spice to your channel. Yes, they are. And I throw them on once in a while. I have the Rosie Murphy channel, and I was bikinied up in a cowboy hat and had a good time. Was working outside, cleaning up and getting rid of all the ash here that fell. They are fun. You know, YouTube has changed a lot, and they don't, you know, I've never had any of them hit by YouTube. But, you know, they're not the kind of thing that I want to put the focus of the channel on these days. And they're fun, and when they pop up, people appreciate them more. You know, I'm swimming underwater a little bit in Vegas, and thousands of people have seen that, or Red, White, and Boom. Trust me, it's a little more fun when you just throw in a little spice once in a while. I mean, Halloween's coming up. I'll be dressed to, you know, my, you know, we'll surprise you guys. So that's why I enjoy it a lot. Yeah, it's fun, and I reserve a lot of that now for traveling to beaches and pools and all that. Well, see, this person saw the Vegas breakdown. They were contrasting that with Elbow standing out there begging for money. This person said, but what roadside insurance do you have? I saw the breakdown, and it was amazing 1 week later to see both vehicles being towed in. One person asked for money, and you don't. Well, I have the Geico roadside assistance thing built into my policy, so the only thing I ended up covering was a new tire for the rig, so it worked out well for me. If you're going to travel, let's see, I got the rig, I guess about 3 years ago. And I've already put about almost 50,000 miles on it. So you need to have road insurance, okay? In my opinion. Now we got to the chooching, and this person was, I have a couple of people that, you know, they're, you know, in kind of disbelief that I would go down to Compton and places Skid Row and things and just walk around. Some people were like, oh, you only walked 1 block. No, I walked a hell of a lot of blocks, and I just picked the best stuff. I'm going to run a half-hour video of walking 15 streets in Skid Row. I'm trying to put things cinematically with music so you get the flavor of things. But this person asked, out of the Compton, the Skid Row, the Oakland, the San Francisco, the Las Vegas chooches, and I've chooched so many places. I mean, I developed the term chooching here over on the bottom of YouTube, and a lot of people talk about chooching now. But I was the first one really to go on street level and just record videos before you can even go live. And I've always enjoyed that. It's my own. It's my skydiving. It's my mountain climbing. It's my thrill. Okay? I'm not going to be jumping out of a plane, but I will risk feet on the ground in some of these places. This person says it's courageous and stupid, but I get it. What was the most threatening? Chooch. Now, Skid Row, walking along, I had somebody hurl a bottle from across the street. It smashed on the building next to me. It temporarily immobilized me with fear. I didn't know whether to go backwards or forwards. I had some people hooting and hollering from the side when I'm walking through. But I still believe that the most dangerous chooch I ever went on was with my friend Mr. Z in San Francisco in the Tenderloin area. And it was just, we just battled our way through that, you know, I think we walked down about 2 blocks, and people will say, big deal, you walk down those neighborhoods in the daytime, Rosie, so what? But put a camera on a stick, okay? Put your cell phone on a cell phone stick or your camera on a stick. Now walk down the street and see how you make out, okay? The whole complexion of the situation is going to change. And I would dare anybody to go out and do that. You'll find, no. Well, it's not your mountain climbing. It's not your skydiving. And I get it. I'm not going to do the things that you do. But by and large, the most threatening one was definitely the Tenderloin. San Francisco, we saw a knife pulled on somebody. I was threatened with smashing my cell phone, and we just cut our chooch short. So let's get to this Elbow double termination. This person, I wanted to ask you about Elbow's term. I saw you. I sent you. Yeah, People have been, I sent you links to his channel that he's restarting, but you ignored it. Why not take him out? There's a lot of people making hay with spoof channels now, and you know, having fun with the whole termination thing. To me, it's not a fun thing to have fun with, but it's not. Again, it's not my thing, and people like to have and enjoy and do spoofs and parodies and things like that. So people are creating things. They're taking old videos and remastering. And I'm not to say that it wouldn't pop up on a channel, but I'm not the YouTube police, okay? I didn't sign on YouTube to be the police force of people. Yeah, I think I was instrumental in both times in taking out the channel. But remember, we don't terminate other people. They terminate themselves, all right? They terminate themselves. All we do is shine a light into the rat hole and put the breadcrumbs down on the ground like something out of Hansel and Gretel that YouTube can follow the path and put two and two together. But it's the activities of the person in himself or herself that lead to termination. Okay, let's get it clear. You can't terminate somebody just because you don't like them or because there's not grounds to do so. And it also takes a long time. So it better be something that's very rare that's ever pulled out. And I never did it before in almost 8 years on YouTube. Okay, it was draining for me to be involved with that. All the back and forth, all the taunting from the Napoleon 100 Days channel until Waterloo occurred, and Wellington defeated Elbow at the Battle of Waterloo, right? The bottom line is, don't send me links about channels and things like that. Anybody can report anything. In that particular case, you have 2 links to now terminated channels, so it's, you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put things together, even if appearing and using other channels and things is still a TOS violation. So you wanna do the whack-a-mole, and I mean you wanna pop up here and there and taunt YouTube. You know, the chances of survival to get cheap monetization are about 0. It's a lost cause on that. So, in my opinion. And then the other one, how about those who host or glorify terminated channel people now? Do you have any advice for them? Be damn careful. Don't be cavalier. I spent a good part of the last 3 days apologizing to people on YouTube. Okay? Heartfelt apologies to people. Heartfelt apologies to trolls that were 100% correct and I was wrong. Okay? Recognize it, own it. Individual people that have been involved over the past years and all the relationship with that. I thought it was very important to put that out there. Okay? When you're wrong, and you got to tell people, you know what, you were right and I was wrong and I apologize. But if you're going to flagrantly promote or push somebody on a channel, you're basically taking your hand like Jimmy Cagney in Public Enemy with the grapefruit, and you're taking a grapefruit and mashing it into people's faces, and some of them are trolls, okay? And you may not have the wherewithal or the financial ability or the intellectual acumen to be able to defend yourself. And you risk a lot, not just with you. You know, I had Missy Jen on the Rancho here and other. There's fallout for everybody involved in that, okay? And people are very clever. People are very smart. And people don't like to be taunted and treated like they're nothing on YouTube. So in my mind, there is very attendant risk to promoting and being involved in that. It's hard to see in the beginning, but over time, as troll armies mass and other people get involved, it can be a living hell. And take it from me, family, friends, all these. You know, I'm just saying, you don't want these people against you in life. You want to go smoothly in life and not have all this friction and all this headwind. This is a very important piece of advice that I would give people is don't taunt people. don't taunt trolls. Don't stick their faces in things. Don't dare them. Don't act like they're powerless on social media, because let me tell you, these people can really whack your life in a major way, and not just you. You know, but the bigger picture of you, family members, other things that can be done. So I don't think it's a wise policy. But then again, I'm not. You know, I've made my apologies. I've made my rounds of people. I've learned my lessons going forward, to be careful who I associate with, and associate with positive people and accomplished people and people that are actually productive and relatively nice people in life. So I would encourage you to think about anybody that's hosting anybody that's kind of an outlaw, to think very carefully about what you're doing and the potential impact and misery that it can bring to your life. Well, with that, I'm going to close out this Q&A. 20 minutes and 59 seconds, 21 minutes. I want to thank you guys for being here today. Your thumbs up are appreciated. Let me know your comments down below about some of these questions and things. Okay, thanks everybody, and have a wonderful day.